Get your Monday motivation and listen to the Let's Love podcast with your host, Lyndell Campbell. Co-host Jess and friends every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where it's all about love, promoting healing and self-love.
Let me tell you something. If you're just tuning in to the Let's Love broadcast, tonight's episode is dealing with some reality that we probably weren't all the way ready for. Again, we have Jason Miller with us. Leave your comments, your questions, email us at letslovepodcast@gmail.com because, y'all need to get in on this. Jess, what's
Yeah, and just for all the women out there watching, we say we're being accompanied by Jason Miller tonight, who is basically breaking down the aspects of the mind, body, and the soul as it pertains to relationships, love, compatibility, all these things. And I mean, he seriously has given us a nice little dose of what? Seriously, I don't know about you, Lyndell, but I feel like I'm in the Matrix right now with this conversation because I am just so mind blown about how much science goes into the art of compatibility when it comes to dealing with relationships. And I want to go to a viewer question right now. Jason, so what are the biggest issues people have with getting motivated mentally?
I'm going to say all of them. I'm not even going to say some of them. All of them, they don't know their purpose. And again, remember, that's the trend, right? Just know your purpose. Again, good night, New York. Know your purpose. Where's my check at for that? I helped all these people in there. Not only do you have to know your purpose, you have to know your next assignment.
Okay.
When you were in school, you knew your purpose or what? Your, what do you call that? I'm sorry about that. Callie, get over here. This is Chihuahua. And the door is up right now. And she's not going to do anything. So, it's my daughter's dog. I'm sorry about that.
What did I do?
He's like, take care of the dog. Right, I love it.
But just say, again, hypothetically, you're in school, you have a major, and which is your purpose, and you worked all day and all night on that assignment. How did you walk into class?
Holla at me. What's up? We good. I'm done. Hey.
How'd you walk into class when you knew your purpose, but you didn't do your assignment?
I don't know. You didn't want to be there.
Rushed, trying to sit down and hurry up and finish it. While the teacher's doing the introduction. That's how we walk in.
Yeah.
And we know how those. But hey, let's just be all the way real. We know those outcomes aren't really conducive to supreme success, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing with life. Do you know how many people brag about their job, but they were created for a purpose and assignments with an S? Now, again, they got a job. They got a real good job.
Yeah.
But they have a purpose and assignment. This is what I promise you, I'm going somewhere with this. Any unmotivated person that you talk to is because they don't have anything to think about that gets them out of bed. If you know I'm about to give you $20 million cash tonight, how motivated does your day go?
Oh, listen.
Please.
I'm skipping through fields of flowers all day. I'm high-fiving everybody I see. I'm calling people, asking them, what type of car did you say you wanted again? Because, that's
I'm buying baby food and diapers for old people, diapers for babies. Everybody gets a diaper. You get a diaper. I'm saying.
But you worked your butt off to take care of your family, and you've accumulated $1.3 million. But tonight you have to give up $1 million to the IRS. How are you feeling that day?
Ooh. I'm taking them diapers back.
Nah, I'm ready.
I'm taking them diapers back. So grandmama and the baby, they're gonna have to share a towel, and because I'm gonna feel defeated.
Now imagine having $1 million energy But walking around life with a job, again, I'm not hating on the job. I'm basically saying is that job is who you are. That job is not helping you get to where you're going. It's who you are. That's the job I'm talking about. But just imagine having $1 million energy and $1 million purpose, $1 million assignment or $1 billion assignments. And you're existing through life. So you feel it, but you don't know, because remember, all is mind. As a man thinketh in his heart. Yeah. That's why I say mind and heart.
Yeah.
Because again, it didn't say as a man thinketh in his mind. It says a man thinketh in his heart. But you use this to think. So it's kind of it's a direction, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when you connect your mind and heart around the reason why you are alive, it puts you on your path and things attract to your magnets. Because again, your path is connected to levels. There's infinite levels. I deal with a lot of arrogant people, right? Or I deal with a lot of people that so-called peaked. And people literally call me sometimes, Jason, I need you to bust my bubble because I feel like I've arrived and I've lost my inspiration and motivation. And I say, how did you do that in infinity? How did you peak in infinity? Wow. Therefore, again, you're not, whatever you accomplish, somebody's going to beat it in 2021. And whoever beats it in 2021, they're going to beat it in 2022. You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
So let's go to the war. Let's go to war with the future. Let's go to war with the year 3000. Let's go to war with the year 4000. But at the end of the day, we need a partner or partners to do that with. And again, instead of trying to find these people and change these people, I'm telling you, when you fix yourself, you fix who can even be around you, one. And you don't tolerate a lot when you elevate. You only tolerate this level that you on and the stuff that you overlook that you let people get accustomed to. But when you elevate or update, because we live on one big computer anyway, so we might as well update. You fix it yourself until you get tired of that level of infinity. And guess what? You're going to get tired of that level. You're going to want to go higher.
Wow. So question, Jason, how does your mental well-being affect your physical?
Well, how does the placebo affect the physical? Which again, you're putting some information on your mind, right? Sir, you're going to die in 2 weeks. Y'all know he died in 2 weeks.
Damn.
His physical responded to the information that was put on his mind.
Wow.
Right?
He died before 2 weeks.
But watch this. Jessica, you got $1 million. What did that do to her body? What do people get surprised? Because literally, information can even kill you. If you get information too quick or reality too quick, your body can, last time I checked, according to science, that's how a lot of heart attacks happen.
Yeah.
You can literally get scared to death, but the only scared or the fear that came from was the abundance of information that came that you weren't ready for, and your body responded to what your mind couldn't respond to.
Wow.
So information happens to us in all different areas. But again, from the Leo and Taurus and Leo, you both are bosses, and you just got to pick the reality that's not going to get on your nerves the most. And once you pick there and stay there, I promise you, your life is super, super easy. And everybody's going to buy into it because you both are leaders. They'll buy into it, I promise you.
Wow.
But you two are magnets, so you're going to attract people that's going to be waiting for a rainy day and waiting to see a chink in your armor. And because y'all got to understand, the bad news about being that strong is, guess who's coming to dinner for y'all? Strong people. Young and old, strong people.
Wow.
Wow.
I think we said that simultaneously.
I know. It's
wow.
Just like completely just taken aback, by all of this. So now, when it comes to business per se, and how you deal with, your mental and business, like what's the best approach? Because I know me personally, lately, when it's come to business, I've really tried to detach the emotional element from things, because I can tend to, internalize a lot of things, or to take, criticism personally when it's really just, correction. So what's the best way to help someone to be able to separate the two? Like, okay, here's my profession, here's my emotion. Yes, while my emotion is affected by what the information is given to me, but how can I separate that in order to be a successful leader in business?
I would have used you two as an example. Okay? Say you two are in the trenches, like them old school army
war movies.
War movies, right?
Yeah.
Y'all in the trenches. Bullets are going past your heads. I'm talking about they trying to kill y'all.
Yeah.
And Lyndell yells at you to get something done. Are you gonna be like, who in the world are you talking to? You don't come to me like that. Or are you gonna listen to the information first due to the crazy, chaotic circumstances? Be real.
No, I'm gonna listen to the information first.
But he yelled at you.
Oh, trust me, the type of person I am, I'm gonna remember that and be like, you know what? We're gonna get to that later, but right now we got to die. So in order for me to go off on him later, we have to leave. So let's live now so I can go off later.
I love that. So I got another question. I got another question for both of y'all then. When did we stop? When did the war on us stop? And why? It hasn't, but we communicate like it's peace times.
Okay.
What if that man is going through a fight and he don't know how to talk to you right? And what if she's going through a fight and she don't know how to hear you right? What if all I heard about guys that look like you and about women that look like you, I'm trapped in that matrix, and your behavior is the only thing that is going to do that's going to change my mind. Because again, you could be like, why you think like that? And no, don't try to change me. Change me by changing you. And then I say, well, I know two people that don't act like that. So again, you don't condemn the dirty glass. Everybody's thirsty. You don't say, look at that dirty, nasty glass. You just become a clean glass, right? Shout out to Clifton and Dory, Who's going to drink? The public's going to drink your glass. Don't talk about the dirty. The dirty glass going to eventually look at you and be like, ain't nobody drinking from me no more. Because again, it's truth. So you become the truth. They'll start drinking your water or Kool-Aid or whatever you want to add on to this unbelievably awesome analogy that I did make up. That's how you change people, and it's hard. I promise you. You want to go off on them. No, go off on your cardio. Oh, I just want to start studying. Man, what you need to do, start eating better.
Okay, because even with me and Lyndell, as we have started this, this journey together, we have noticed that we have some very different communication styles. I tend to be very vocal and very instantly vocal. Like I instantly want to, hey, let's dress, let's talk, let's get into it. And my brother, he's like, no, not dealing with you right now. I need a minute to process.
Come on.
I need a minute to take the information that you're trying to give me, to process it, and then come to you a different way. But me, I'm like, nah, today. And
Libra. That's the Libra. That's that Libra relationship.
Yeah, I got a process for me because I know that if I clarity means a lot to me. So if I respond to something emotionally, I'm responding out of order, and just from the way that I operate and function, So if I go silent and quiet, it's like yeah, I'm gonna need a minute. Now, I don't know. Hell, being a Taurus, that minute could be a month.
Could be.
have the staying power for that to go the distance in that.
It has been a month. It has been.
But you ready for this, Lyndell? You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
If she lined up with your business and what you loved, you would swallow your pride and say, you know what? If you're wrong, though, because remember, you got to be wrong. And you're not going to do that if you're not wrong. But if you're wrong, now remember, this is not just any woman. She lines up with what makes your heart beat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking you, because again, I just like to talk to men about this.
Oh, yeah.
If it was her, or even them, but again, them lined up with this and this with you,
right?
Would you overlook stuff that you would normally be like, nah, I couldn't sleep at night if I let that ride?
I mean, you know what? Probably. Yeah.
But I think women should see that and literally be like, hold on. So he will break all of his rules for what he cherishes? Absolutely. So even look at the boss secretary relationship, right? Do you know that secretary knows more about that boss than the boss's wife?
Yeah. Than any woman, almost.
That's true. I've assisted a lot of people, over my professional career. And that is so true. Like, I know where all the bodies are buried. And everybody else is just like, what? Like that? And I'm like, well, but that's the part of my job to know that stuff and to be the keeper of secrets, to be the first line of defense when they're dealing with drama. So I think that's where that extra bit of care and trust comes in with dealing with someone like who's assisting you with your personal life, your professional life, all these different things.
But again, that's what he cherishes, because again, I'm not saying no small time business or job or career. Once you get into these higher careers, you're dealing with what a man cherishes. So again, yes, that secretary, he's going to love her, really. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
And then guess what? I'm not saying all relationships. I'm just talking about the ones that this are marriages. I'm talking about the ones that this is a reality in, because people are waiting to say, no, not me. And I beat them to it by saying, I'm not even talking about you then. And I'm saying, no, not you.
Not you.
The ones that I'm talking about, they go home and their wife might not be interested in their day. Their wife might not be interested in why you got that look on your face. She might say something to him that's gonna put more of a bad look on the face, versus the secretary's like, I know why he's mad. I know how he likes his coffee. I know this. I know that. I know that. Even if she don't love it, if she knows it, he cherishes her. I'm sorry. Knows it and acts it out. I'm sorry, because a lot of people know but don't act it out.
Wow.
So let's stay there then for the secretary compared to the wife then, right? Would the motivation for the secretary to have, kind of a staying power compared to the wife, would her motivation be money though? Like if she's getting paid, right, to be the best, secretary, be the best, basically be the best paid wife that his money could buy. Wouldn't that kind of be her reasoning, which then would encourage him to essentially cherish her versus his wife?
I would say yes and no, but again, since I definitely know this has a Christian substance to it, I like to study what makes a woman even want to become a helpmeet. Because some women be like, I'm not no helpmeet. But I say, what do you do for a living? And I find out they end up helping. I'm like, you're helping people. You're just not helping them or him or her. Okay, got you. So what makes a woman want to be a helpmeet? Right? Because again, just because we know the boss secretary relationship is a reality, it's not all the way common. But again, just like a perfect marriage or a perfect relationship, we know about it's not all the way common. That's really the shot that everybody's shooting for. Right. So any stories like that, we got to study how they were created. And my studying of how they were created was, oh my gosh, he was good at helping him build or maintain what he cherishes. Wow, he really does love her. But this is what I say with the relationship, marriage thing. When she knows her purpose, she also knows what she cherishes, and if he can add to what she cherishes, that's some East Coast, West Coast. Instead of violence, just imagine some East Coast, West Coast. I'm gonna do better for you today. Oh, I'm gonna do better for you today. Y'all doing drive-by giftings. You see what I'm saying? Y'all throwing bombs of love into people. Y'all are just competing with adding to what each other cherishes. Man, she got to be cold. Man, she got to be this. No. If y'all both go crazy about adding to what each other cherishes, it ain't even change the way you look at them. It's kind of like you go to the club and the lights come on and you like, oh, everybody. It's like that. It's like that.
No, she got a mustache.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
But I promise, I mean, you seriously hit the nail on the head with that one there. I have an ex who is like, listen, don't make that face. No. I ain't got time. I ain't got time today. I ain't got time. I'm not doing this with you tonight. No, but I have an ex who is trying to come back into my life, and he's like, I see how you helped me with my business, how you know you're a great cook, you took care of home, you love your family, like all these different things, like he said, and you helped me with my business. I grew so much with my business. I learned so much, and now I'm implementing those things in my everyday life, and those are the type of quality that I want in a wife. But the things that I needed at the time of our relationship was I just needed time. I'm like, I just need time with you. I just need, for you to give me attention. Like, I'm not asking for a whole bunch. I'm not asking for no money. I'm not asking, for a piece of your business. I'm not asking, for any monetary material things. Like, I literally just need your physical presence and your time and your attention. That's it. And he couldn't do it because he was so focused on his business, which I was helping to get bigger and grow and things. And so it just became like this cycle of, I'm helping you to grow this, I'm focusing on what you cherish, but the things that I need you to focus on for me that I cherish was like, nah, can't do it.
Because you should have helped him help you by implementing the time that you wanted into business moves. Okay. He would have been obligated to hang with you. You could have literally took all his 24 hours. I'm being sarcastic, but if you would have made it business, because again, that's what he cherishes. So you know how you want to be helped, but does he know that? And again, we ask, but do we ask right? So my aunt, I remember talking to my aunt one time, and I'm not gonna say which one because she's gonna get mad if she sees this. But I remember she was trying to get through to my cousin, and I was gonna talk to him, but she came in and said, "You don't even need to do it because I've already tried." And I said, "But you're not the only voice that he can hear, and usually." I hate to say it, our children usually come into our lives to challenge us. That's why you got to study truth, because when you hit them with truth, you can literally practice fighting your children because they're going to practice fighting you. But if you practice fighting them with truth, you're just going to practice winning against your higher self that's trying to beat you one day for their own self-satisfaction, right? So you are a master consultant, Jessica. I'm just keeping it real. So if you choose that side, that Libra side, you have to literally help him or whatever, give you the time that you need, create a schedule around it, teach them how to implement that schedule, and they'll either learn it or they don't learn it, and it's time to go. But that's a lot of work, right?
It's a lot of work. Everybody's gonna do all that.
But what if the leader doesn't do any of that, but that leader inspires you to go higher, blah, 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 but they don't give you the time? You see what I'm saying? Do you create the leader to do that, or do you create this person? Or, watch this, Or you can even make it easier by saying, well, these are my love languages, and you either gonna get it or you don't. And what are your love language? And I hope I get them. And then you just make it super simple, because everybody got a love language.
Yeah.
That gets on my nerves. Please don't do that. I love when you do that. And then when they know, and then they don't do it, guess what? They either did that on purpose or they're absent-minded, which both of those sink boats. Both of those realities sink boats, sink ships. Relationships.
Wow.
I feel like I have to do more work than Lyndell, and I don't like that. Like,
What?
like I'm not feeling that.
Well, no. That's a I mean, again, I feel like there are different levels of people who are in relationships. You have serial daters, you have moderate daters, and you have people that kind of sort of date. So for me, being in relationships since the age of 14, and I'm 39 now, that's been church for me. That's been my museum, housing everything that absolutely wasn't good and some things that were good. Like I was a great husband in certain aspects for both marriages, but I was also the worst husband they probably would ever sign up to be, married to. So the work for me, I would say it's pretty, it's pretty extensive. This year has been a year for me to really face these things and face my mirror and work on those things and get the healing that's been waiting for me. But at the same time, that's a long time to have a history or resume of failed relationships, and even, a trail of broken hearts. Not even air quotes, those hearts were broken because I didn't know shit. The only thing, and I said it on one of our shows already, the only thing that I knew how to do was give them, the best sex possible because I was empty, and that's all I could afford. Because if you remove the sex, if you took that away, I was nobody. I remember an ex said to me, she was like, in the 4 years that I've known you, your life has never changed. And I was like, damn. I was like, so in the 4 years that we've been together, in my head, because I'm a smart ass, I was like, you've made no impact on said change. So, but at the same time, hindsight's 2020, as they say. So I started to think about, and I always think about a lot of things that women have said to me, in relationships that I've been in that I did not want to hear at the time, but I still remember those things, and they literally come back up. They come back out to where I'm now saying or admitting, damn, they were right. Some of them were. Some of them were right, some of them who hated social media. And I'm a presence on social media. And they're just like, how come I can't get posted? Or how come you can't put me on there? Or whatever the case may be. There was always this presence of subconsciously being toxic, but thinking that I was still invested in the relationship in a healthy way. And hell no, it wasn't healthy. But all I knew is my toxic ways and the trauma connected to it. So trust me, Jess, I would rather be in your shoes than mine, because man, when you enter into a world, and I lost my virginity early at the age of 14. So when you enter into that world where you're groomed into being a sexual being, and it goes on for a long time. I ain't gonna do the numbers on it, but for a long time, that's a lot of time without being able to appreciate the value, that is there. And that's something, like I said, even on the last episode, I was like, I did not know my value. I did not realize how much I did not love myself. And really loving myself, in all honesty, it began this year.
Wow.
It began this year.
Okay. Congrats.
Yeah.
Major congrats, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so one of my concerns for my my wonderful brother here, Lyndell, with him now discovering, these new, things about himself and going through his healing process, and also too just coming into this brand new man, that he is truly becoming, and that is amazing and awesome to see. When you fix your magnets, you also start to attract, certain energies. So, so my fear, for him is that, he gonna start attracting a lot of energies.
What kind of energies? Wait,
Yeah.
what kind of energies?
Like,
Like Tatiana's, or the women
yes,
that fit my
Tatiana,
purpose, or
Reeves,
that.
exactly, things of that nature, so how,
Mm,
and then also too, in this age of social media, everybody is so quick, you're easy to touch. You can hit somebody in a DM, you can, do these things. And I, wouldn't want him to be, deterred in any type of way, when it comes to that. So what are your thoughts on your persona or your social media, how you portray yourself on social media, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Whether it comes to yourself personally, whether it comes to your relationship, like what do you feel is best to bring across the message, that you really want to bring across, so you're not attracting, the groupies or the Tatianas that are just attracted to the newness that you now possess.
mm,
That's towards me, or
Yeah, no, that's towards you, Jason.
mm.
so again, how to not attract the Tatianas, right? You only attract who you are. So if you a
Yeah.
Tatiana, you're going to attract the Tatiana.
Mm,
It's just a fact. No,
mm.
seriously. I've literally had people be like, he stole from me or she stole from me. And I go like this: have you ever stolen from somebody? Yes. And I'm like, but I never stole money. They might have stole somebody's job, stole somebody's man,
Mm,
cause and effect or karma or whatever you want to call it.
mhm.
First of all, all of this is water, right?
Yeah.
The human body is mostly made of water. So-called air is mostly made of water. The earth is mostly made of water. All of this is water, right?
Yeah.
We're in this, just like cause and effect and karma. We're in a big old ocean of karma and cause and effect too. We can't escape it. It's impossible. So again, whoever we don't like attracted, I'm telling you, there's nothing, I promise you, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for a simpler response. Whatever we don't want to attract, we have to stop being that. Because again, your magnet attracted it. And the only reason why we talk crazy about our exes, our old magnets, our old magnet levels, is because we don't attract like that no more. We're not attracted to that no more. And we look down on it. But I say, no. We were looking at you like that when you were dating her. And we were looking at you like that when you were dating him. So stop looking at them like that, because you're just now understanding what we already overstood.
Mm.
Because again, whatever level we get to, it's still going to be whacked to a higher level.
True. Yeah.
So never arrive, keep climbing, and the people that can keep up, you'll want them there. Let alone should I keep them there. Remember, if you ever question, should I do something? You probably shouldn't do that. But if you say I can't live without that, and usually people we say that to is people we cherish. We don't say that to just people who look good and who are just around. And again, you don't say that about Tatiana. That's playtime. Those are experiences that you might not take home to mama, but you take what you cherish home to mama, daddy, grandma, everybody. And the people that line up with what you cherish, you usually invite them over for lunch and dinner and
belly smacking. No, Jess, I wouldn't even fear it, because The thing about me is, while I may, have an adoration, for love, and that also means an appreciation too. I'm very, I like the reality of something, versus not. So, and what I mean by that is, if love is going to hurt, I would rather love hurt, sooner rather than later. If something is going to work or not, I would rather find that out, sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because the way that I love and the way I really look at love is, from a servitude standpoint. Meaning, you may not give me what I need, and if we have created a love, that doesn't mean that I'll love you less. It just means the continuation of loving you, that may be limited, or that may stop as far as, my actions, because it's an action word.
Right.
So that means we may stop right here where we are, because what I'm pouring into you is something you can't receive. So I'm not necessarily, worried about, Tatiana's. I love a fat ass, just like any other man. That's gonna be automatic. But at the same time, I think of something that I watched, on the Breakfast Club. I think, shout out Breakfast Club. They had Tracy Morgan on, and he was in a car accident, I believe, with a Walmart semi truck or
Yeah.
something like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
And he said something very, very, poignant, man. He was just like, I was basically on my deathbed, and he was like, the woman who kept me alive, the person who kept me alive, was my wife. He said he heard her talking to the doctors, basically saying, y'all better not pull that damn plug. And for me, I'm looking for that. For me, I have to have that type of, I think that type of woman, you know what I'm saying? To where she'll say, no, I'm not here for, the notoriety, the
Right.
fame, the check. I'm here to make sure that I help you keep living. And that's something I think is a really complex thing, that when it comes to dating nowadays, we don't know who's who. You know what I'm saying? We may give love very much, but being cautious enough,
Yeah.
and not knowing who will be like, hell no, pull that plug, pull it. Hey, ain't gonna be no vegetable around me. I'm gonna get this money.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants a bag, man. Everybody want a
No
bag,
doubt.
right?
No doubt.
And that's the thing, when it comes to real love, the type of love that I believe in is the type of love that you would die for. And the type of love that may be out nowadays is the type of love that they would rather see you in a bag in exchange for a bag.
Mm.
So I'm not really afraid. I ain't fearing nothing. Plus, women outnumber men. So I'm not too worried. I'm
Sure.
not too
I
worried.
mean,
Um,
I'm just
But
saying. Oof.
I'll dice them up though. If you come in my way, and not really in a misogynistic or an arrogant
Mhm.
way, but as Jason touched on earlier, you were definitely right. Yeah, I got to be with a boss type. I got to be with a boss type, because my mentality is a strong mentality, but I have to have that boss type with a good balance. But I want to make sure that she wants to see me and go get a bag, add to the bag, and she's not there to put me in the bag and take it once it's, what I'm saying,
Right.
once I'm in the dirt. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
mm,
Nope, that makes sense. Well, Jason, let's get to the physical right now.
Okay.
So, what can we now best do for ourselves physically in order to continue to improve our mental? Because I know that you are, a nice, also, super athletic, doing professional sports and looking like, a bodybuilder right now. So what can we do to help with our physical being to help improve our mental?
Um, if you look at the Last Dance with Michael Jordan,
Hmm.
he trained he trained for basketball, right?
Right.
But when he played baseball, he trained for baseball.
Right.
Totally different workout. So the reason why I say know your purpose and know your assignments, because you literally train and work out and eat according to that schedule, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling this year. Well, I need to work out and eat to be able to sustain that.
Right.
I'm going to be doing a lot of work from home and doing a lot of online work. Well, I need to eat and maintain that because, again, both of those will take a toll on you from a bad side. So you definitely need to set up a schedule, a supreme schedule. And this is what I'm saying, supreme schedule. Both of you guys, if life was giving you hell, and I'm talking about life, you're close to the bottom. Would you create a schedule to get out of that?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to call that a supreme schedule. You know why? Because it has to be a supreme schedule because it got you out of that supreme problem. But let me tell you what we do wrong. Once we get out of the problem, we change our schedule.
Yeah.
Imagine waking up early in the morning like life is giving you hell, but it's not anymore. But that was the schedule that got you out of the hell that you were in. If your schedule changed, that's how you can get overweight, or you can get slowed down, or you can get unhealthy. And because again, we always talk about the spiritual side of the body. Let's look at the physical side, like you said, of the body. The body's mostly made of water. According to science, they're actually getting rid of microchips and they're being able to program water droplets. That means, I'm talking about with data, and the Moto water experiment said water responds to words, music, environments, right?
Yeah.
Well, if the human body is mostly made of water, even from a scientific standpoint, our water is damaged, let alone our hearts and our minds and our childhoods and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Our water literally is damaged from old music, from old arguments, because water holds memory. This is a scientific fact. So literally, we have to learn how to forgive and forget the stuff that hurt us, not the people, not the scenarios or the past that got us there, but literally, the reason why I say it's so much work that goes into self-improvement, you don't have time to hate on nobody. You don't even have time to be jealous. Really, you don't even have enough time or information to be emotional. Because like I said, emotions, that's energy and motion. I'm going to put my energy in motion because I think you looked at me funny. No, before I raise on you, were you looking at me funny? I was about to go off on you for no reason. You was looking at the person behind me. I didn't have enough information to be emotional. But we literally feel and go right there. And I'm like, do you know why you did that? And we can't explain why we act, but we act. I'd rather explain before I act, let alone after I act. That's called an alibi in some realities.
Wow.
So your body is your temple, and I'm just keeping it real. Your body is nothing more than a byproduct of your mind. We change our body, right? Because we're tired of this. We ruin our body because we tired of this. So again, mind, 1, 2, body, mind over matter. Your body ain't gonna do nothing that your mind ain't already did. So that's why I always say, put your mind into it. Your mind is all. See yourself skinny. See yourself buff. See yourself whatever you want to look like. See yourself on that schedule. Meditate on that schedule. You know why? We meditate every day. It's called a movie or it's called television. What do you do when you're watching a movie or television? You're sitting there and you're losing yourself in consciousness. You only step out of it when your cell phone rings, somebody distracts you, or a commercial comes on if you're watching TV. But at the end of the day, you're sitting there and you're being programmed. Cut the TV and movie off and program yourself. I'll leave you with this, because some people say it's hard to do. No, it's not. When the bully tells the nerd, I'm going to beat you up after school, early in the morning, though. Early in the morning.
Soon as you get there. I'm dotting those I's, right?
But no, you told me that. You told me that in the morning, though. So I'm the nerd, and guess what I'm doing the whole day?
The whole day.
I'm getting beat up in my head, and I say, no, nerd. Win all day in your head, And just say hypothetically, like the movie The Wood. Remember, he got a punch on Stacy.
Yep.
Stacy respected him. Yeah.
Stacy beat him down, but he did something that nobody else did, because guess what? If you're getting a punching in your mind, you might get 2 or 3 in real life, because mind over matter.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want to do in your head, be like that nerd that's thinking about the bully all day. Bully your destiny, bully your purpose, and bully your assignments. And the outcome will be the byproduct of the mind.
Wow.
I love that. So I just go ahead and continue to picture myself on the operating table and getting everything shifted to the appropriate places. Then, okay, I got it.
No,
I got it.
I don't think you. No.
I got it.
No.
I got it. Thank you, Jason, for confirmation.
I don't think.
And even holistic. And then after you do that, be like, ooh, what's all the holistic, organic ways too? And then once you feel you experience the best reality there, pick the one and that works best for you, and I bet you it'll be the organic one that God created.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. Here lately, I have been looking into more, organic, holistic things to try. Like I take different supplements. I've switched to alkaline water. Just really trying to be conscious of what I'm putting into my body, but it's also kind of tricky because I'm a foodie. So I just like what I like, and I just like to try different things. So if I see a new recipe, I'm like, oh, let's just do it. Yes. So what is 3,000 calories? Let's just do it.
I do got one more thing for you too. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but I got no. This ruined. This basically is going to give me abs for the rest of my life. It ruined my diet forever. You ready? We're taught to wake up hungry, right? So we eat a meal and it takes 24 hours for that meal to process. But guess what? I'm hungry again. It's lunchtime. So I eat lunch, right? So now I got 48 hours of food in my stomach. But guess what? It's dinner time. I'm hungry again. So I eat dinner. We ain't gonna even say the late night snacks or none of that. We'll just stop at 3 meals. I have 72 hours of food in my stomach, and then the next morning, just say again, you release 1 meal. Just say you do that. Because some people are not even regular. We don't even get into that. But some people are not even regular to even do that. But just say hypothetically they are. Right. You wake up in the morning and guess what? I'm ready for breakfast. Another 24 hours for that to process. You eat lunch. You eat dinner. Week after week, month after month, year after year. We're killing ourselves by even what we eat. We only really need 24 hours of food in our stomach a day. I say it's hard for people to do that. So I say just do 2 meals until you can work your way down to 1. But really, it's the food. And then if you work out with that, you don't even have to work out that hard. But once you cut out the times and how much we eat, the weight loss is actually nothing. It's literally the workout plan that is going to be the hard and the maintaining of it.
Listen, that's real. Because I have started intermittent fasting and I have lost some weight intermittent fasting. So cutting out that first meal of the day is what I've been doing. So I'm down to 2 now, but that working out is the devil. I don't got time for all that. I don't want to.
Well, I mean, speaking of time, man, Jason, a question that just came to mind is, in regards to, the mind, the body and the spirit, when do you think would be the best time for a healed person to start dating again?
I would say there's really no time. It's just when attraction happens, because that's what we do. We set ourselves up to be disappointed. I'm ready to start dating. What you're saying is this is the time that I need to find somebody. Again, when it happens. But until then, I am focused on being the best mate for her or him, because that's another thing we got to do. We wait some time to become the best mate. As soon as she get here, I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna start doing this. because we're being energy vampires and we want to suck their energy to start working out and to start doing that and to start doing this. And it's what if you could turn that on in yourself, and when you meet them, you could even be a son to their earth, just like they'll be a son to your earth. And last time I checked, we ain't gonna live 2 seconds without the sun shining down on this earth.
Wow.
So again, everything that we want from our person, oh, they'll be able to do this for me. They'll be able to do this for me. Write it all down. Write it all down. Set yourself up. Write it all down. And then instead of waiting on them, be like, all right, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves. I'm gonna become all of that. They will love you more when they meet you. I promise you. I promise you. They'll love you more.
Wow.
They'll literally be in all of you. So imagine somebody that you're in all of being in all of you. It's fun. It's like
That's a beautiful thing, man. Well, look here, Jess and Jason. You know, we are out of time. I wish we had more time. But man, again, Jason, Miller, man, we appreciate you. Shout out to Indianapolis, man, your hometown. You're doing big things. Jess, you have any, final thoughts as we come to a close of the show?
Oh man, I mean, my mind is just blown. Thank you so much, Jason. That was so many amazing nuggets, so much information to take in, and I'm really, and we're gonna have to talk offline too, because you just gave me so much to think on, and like I said, I'm just so fascinated about the science behind all of this healing and just getting our mind, body, and soul in order. So thank you again so much, and
thank
just
so
everybody.
Much,
please make sure you check out some more information about Jason, about this topic today on our pages. Let's Love Podcast. Once again, that's Let's Love Podcast on Facebook, IG, YouTube, and Let's Love Podcast at gmail.com.
And Jason, we talked about the sea moss earlier. You and Jess were talking about that earlier. Yes. Beginning of the show. Let everybody know, including self, how we can, get that, as well as how to connect with you as well.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you the website that I'm using right now, because there's going to be a lot of people from out of town listening in. Sure. You just go to www for right now, and then they're going to give me my affiliate site. But if you go to www.oceans with an S, promise, so just 2 words, oceanspromise.com. You shop for your desired products. Now, again, they got sea moss with CBD oil in it, black seed oil infused, burdock root, bladderwrack root. These are all like, just imagine a Bentley with rims on it. These are infused with only enhancing herbs that are, again, it's sea moss that is enhanced. Yeah. So if you go to that website, and once it's time to check out, you use a promo code Jason, all caps, JASON. Okay. You'll get a discount. And literally, these people studied under Sebi, and this is the best. This is the best.
Well, we feel we definitely have the best on here in having you here. So how can the people contact you and reach you?
I'll put the Gmail that I use right now. For a lot of the projects that I'm working on, if you type in WC, so from Winter Circle, WC World, and then the number 7 at gmail.com. Anything that has to do with personal development, professional development, or player development, because I love working with athletes. Yeah. Shoot me an email and we can see what we can make happen. I'm just always looking for solutions.
Dig it. Well, again, man, thank y'all so much. Thank you to Jess. Thank you for Jason for, checking us out. Again, if you're tuning in, we're here every Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's Love Podcast, social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Again, until next time, you don't have to wait until tomorrow. Let's love today. We appreciate y'all time, man. Appreciate everybody watching.
You've been tuned into the Let's Love Podcast with your host, relationship coach, Lyndell Campbell. Follow him on Instagram at Let's Love by Lyndell. And co-host producer Jess. Follow her on Instagram at Jessa the Truth. Follow the Let's Love Podcast on Facebook and YouTube at Let's Love Podcast. The Let's Love podcast is brought to you by Miss Minnie Media, Media Concept Solutions, The Truth Lifestyle Management Group, Let's Love LLC, and Fly Heavy Media LLC.